Hey, thanks for watching. Now, although there are many different ways to generate new customer leads for your business, consumer habits have shifted over the last couple of years because of the pandemic. So I wanted to show you how you can leverage local internet search volume to bring all the new leads in through your website for free. Well, basically at whatever it costs to keep your site live. Now, all these leads will be coming exclusively to you, unlike third-party sites like Angie's and Home Advisor. And just so you can see that there's value in it, I'm going to show you the amount of traffic and leads coming to your top competitors, so that way you know what to expect. So for the comparison, what I've done is taken your website as well as a search for Worcester Deck Contractor, and I take the top two ranking websites here. That looks like Astonishing Decks and Remodel or Renew Home Improvement. So I take all three of those websites and I put them into this tool that I use, and it shows me all the information that Google uses to determine your position in search results. So you can see just quickly based on some of the numbers why these websites are outranking yours to the top of the list. But let me just go through what these numbers mean briefly, so that way as we go over your site, you can see what changes need to be made and how they're going to affect its rank. Now, when Google is determining how to rank your website, it uses two factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site. This basically boils down to a popularity contest because this authority is gained when other domains or websites refer back to yours and then they create a link called a backlink. Now, this basically acts as an endorsement that Google uses to build trust because others are vouching for you. So to give you a quick example, if say the local news station did an article on their website and it said the top 10 best deck builders in the Central Mass area, and in that article the reader could click on a link and it would bring them to your website, that would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. Now, these backlinks can come from a lot of different sources, blogs, editorials, guest posts. One pretty important one, and that's also a very strong indicator, is what's called a citation. Now, that's any time that your name, address, and phone number are listed in an online directory. Those include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau. These directories are usually always free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. So as we go back over the numbers, you can see based on the number of websites and the amount of links that they've been created, why Google is placing more trust and authority in these sites. And you can also see there's a pretty big difference in quantity here, which shows a pretty good indicator that it has a lot to do with quality of links, not just the quantity. So we want to make sure that we're linking with high quality websites that are relative to your service industry as well as the area. Definitely inside the United States, a lot of spammy links will come from overseas because we want to make sure that it's a trustworthy site to begin with, so that way it can transfer that trust through the link to you. Now, the second factor for ranking your website is the content on your page. So if we take a look in here, these are all the keywords and phrases that are being typed into Google search that are either being found or associated with your site, and then the volume, the number of times per month they're being searched. Now, you guys have a crazy amount of keywords compared to the competition, about 10 times as much. But what I can see here is that a lot of these are just basic general keywords, Trex decking colors, a lot of branding keywords. They're not what I call buyer intent keywords. And what I mean by that is if somebody is searching for Deck Builders MA or Deck Builders Massachusetts, they're searching for a contractor to actually do a job. They want to spend money. If they're just searching for Trex deck colors, they might just be trying to figure out what's the best color they want. Maybe they're price shopping. Maybe they're in California for all we know. It could be anywhere. So these are the types of keywords that we want to go after to include on your site. And the way it would work is if say we have this Deck Builders MA on your site, it's being found per keyword by Google, and 50 people a month are searching for this keyword. If your site is ranked on the first page, those 50 people will be seeing your site. Now, Google Analytics says that on average, 10% of total search volume converts into a lead for a ranked site. That means 5 leads coming in per month. Now, obviously, you're not going to close every deal, and the size, scope, and profit margin vary pretty greatly from job to job. But you can just see how the sheer volume of leads coming in can definitely add up to some revenue at the end of the month and at the end of the year. And that's just for one keyword phrase. We repeat that same process for all the high volume keyword phrases, recommend relevant to the services you want to provide and the areas you want to service. However, there is a formula that Google uses to find these keywords. So if we take a look at your site here, as far as the layout goes, I think you got a beautiful looking site. I love how this shrinks a little bit and becomes opaque. We've got great high quality photos here. Everything is nice and contrasted. Obviously, it's mobile optimized where everything is click to call or click to quote. However, as far as Google is concerned, being a computer, the first thing it's going to do is just come in and count all the words and text on the page. Now, we generally recommend a minimum of about 1,000 to 1,500 words on a homepage, only because the more information you have on your page, the more Google sees you as an expert, and then it's more likely to recommend you. Kind of the difference between a single book and in a series of encyclopedias. Now, while it's counting all the words, it's also searching for those keywords. So the services you want to offer and the areas you want to be found in. However, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 100 to 150 words of text. And then to go one step further, all of Google's recent updates have put a high emphasis on high quality content, which means it's actually reading the content on your page. So in order to qualify a keyword like decking Worcester, Mass, or decking MA, the 100 to 150 words of text would actually have to be describing that keyword in order for Google to pick it up and rank your site for it. So this is where I would say, though a blog is a fantastic place to put content because you can basically write an entire blog post around a keyword to really qualify that keyword. On the home page here, it's not really picking up enough content and they're not labeled as a heading to have the specific keyword phrase in it. So you're really not getting picked up for those searches, especially for the local ones. Now, I did also see that you guys are doing a really good job of making location pages, which is another fantastic way to come up in local search results. But the same thing, we would want to make sure that we're using header tags that have the actual exact match keyword phrase in it, and then enough content to back it up because there just really isn't enough content on this page. So I'm sure we could find a whole lot of search traffic and keywords for Worcester, Mass, and decking to try to add some more to this page, and then this page would be 100% relevant and it'd be a lot easier to rank in the local Worcester search results. So this is, location pages are another fantastic way to drive search volume to your site. As far as how it would look in the search, obviously at the top of the screen, we're going to have the Google ads, which are all pay per click. And then in this, what we call the snack pack or the map section, this is all based on your Google business profile, which is totally free. There are ways to optimize your listing so that way you can come up in these top three because it's pretty lucrative since a lot of traffic will come right to them since they're at the top of the page. Now, you want to make sure you fill out as much information as possible with your profile itself. So all your services, hours of operation, location, reviews are a pretty big factor here. Even in your business description, you're allowed 750 characters. Recommend putting in some keywords in there as well. And then Google rewards activity. So we want to make sure that you're found in more directories, have more citations than anybody else on this list. You're posting and adding either updates or photos on a regular basis. And then one step further, when we're adding a photo, we actually embed that photo with a geolocation because Google can't understand what the photo is of, but it can read the data that's embedded in the photo, and then it can understand your service area, so it's more likely to pull you up in those local search results based on where your photos are located. So then underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. This is where the more authority or trust that Google has in the site, the higher up on the list you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those links or referrals from other websites helps you climb and outrank the competition. Then once your site is ranked here and you have the proper content on the page, you're the first click and the first call whenever anybody's searching, and you get all that volume and all those leads coming into the site. Now, I know it's a lot of information. I hope it was helpful and it shows you how you can scale some of your online presence to take advantage of a lot of that search volume. But please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you want me to go into any further details. We could talk about some of your goals for the business and then I could do some research on my end to find out what it would take for you to reach those. And I always just appreciate getting some feedback just to find out if information like this was useful for you. So please let me know what you thought. Thanks, and I appreciate your time.